In today's video, we're going to be going over the Chapter 3 skills for least squares regression line. This includes graphing a scatter plot, obtaining the least squares regression line on a graph, the residual plot, obtaining the least squares regression line on a spreadsheet, and obtaining the value of S, which is the standard deviation of the residuals on a spreadsheet. So let's dive on right into it. Remember, again, when you want to first put in your data, you want to open the spreadsheet. So we're going to go to our favorite button, Home, and then we're going to open the spreadsheet right here. We did an activity in some of my previous classes where we compared handspan size to the number of candies they could grab. So for my first variable, I'm going to call it handspan. And for the other one, I'm going to call it candy. And I already have this preloaded data, so I'm going to insert this. Once you have your data, what you want to do is you want to be able to graph it. So let's do that. What you're going to do is you're going to hit the home button right here. We want to graph it using the bar graph. So we're going to click on the bar graph. On the x-axis, you want to put what's going to be your x variable, your explanatory variable. In this place, we're going to put handspan to explain how much candy a person can grab. So we're going to put handspan right here, and then we're going to put candy right here. You don't need to do zoom data because it already latches onto it. How do you get the least squares regression line? We have two favorite buttons, remember, home and menu. This time we're going to hit menu. So we're going to hit menu, and then we're going to go to analyze. When we go to analyze, now we're going to go down to regression. You have two options for the least squares regression line. For a line, we could either put linear mx plus b or linear a plus bx. It actually doesn't matter. They're going to be the same line, except a and b versus m and b are very different. So to be consistent with this class, we're going to go with a plus bx. You could pinch and grab if you want to see your equation a little bit more clearly. From the graph, we can also graph the residual plot. What you're going to do is you can go to your second favorite button again, which is menu. We hit the menu button right here. We're going to go to analyze. We're going to go down to residuals, and then we're going to go down to show residual plot. So now you can see all the residuals, and if you mouse over them using the control pad right here, you can see the residuals. So for this, our x value is 16, but our residual is negative 5.92. Anything below the line should be negative, and anything above the line should be positive. And you can see all the residuals for this scatter plot. Sometimes you want to see some of the summary statistics on the spreadsheet. So let's go back. You could either mouse over here and click on this, or you could hit Control left to go to the spreadsheet. Again, we could do our analysis here by hitting our second favorite button, menu. We're going to go down to statistics. We're going to go to stat calculations, and we're going to do a linear regression a plus bx. You could also do mx plus b, but again, we're going to be more consistent in this class with a plus bx. So let's hit that. For our x list, you could select column A, but I like to actually select the variable name to make sure I know what I'm talking about. So our explanatory variable was handspan, and our y list was candy. You want to make sure you scroll all the way down right here because it says first result column. You want to make sure that this does not say A or B where we have put our data in. So you want to change this to C, D, or E. C would probably be most preferable. And then we could see our summary statistics. Here we have A, that would be our y-intercept, B would be our slope, and then we get other values like R square and R, our correlation. If you want to obtain S on the spreadsheet, we actually have to do a test that we haven't really studied yet. We'll study it a little bit later. So let's do this really quick. We're going to go to menu. We're going to go to statistics, stat test, and then we're going to go to linear regression t-test. Again, we're going to type this in the exact same way we did before. This can be handspan. Our response variable is candy. And I'm going to write over the previous column. So let's change this back to C. And don't worry about the other things for now. And if you scroll down far enough, you'll see we have the standard deviation of the residuals, S, 10.938. So that's it for this short video lesson on least squares regression line. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.